All right. I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, did this guy really buy another motorcycle? No, guys, I didn't. But that doesn't mean that we don't have another motorcycle to work on. So in this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop, we're going to do a little bit of work on this Dyna. All right, so we got my buddies. That sounds. So I got a buddy, right? And his name is Buddy, and that's his motorcycle. It's a 2008 Dyna. I think it's a Dyna Low. That's what. They got so many names, guys. There's letters involved and the whole thing. But beautiful, beautiful bike. I'm usually not a white bike guy, but guys, this thing just absolutely works. You know what I'm saying? He's got it hooked up, and guys, meticulously taken care. This thing is spotless, right? So we had a little bit of work to do on it. We've already done some of it because you guys have seen it. Basic maintenance. We did, 3-hole oil change. The oil, the primary, the transmission. We put new spark plugs in it. We put new brake pads on it, and this is where it gets a little tricky. So the front brake was a son of a bitch. And it's weird because it shouldn't have been. Like I said, this thing is meticulously maintained. But it was. And I think we may know why. But I'll turn you around, give you a good look at the bike, and ramble some more. So you guys might notice that there's stuff around the shop that's usually not here. And I don't know what order these videos are coming out in, but either you know exactly what's going on or you don't. And, if you do, cool. If not, keep watching and find out. But like I said, I want to say it's 2008 Dyna Low. He's got some pipes on it. And just other than that, guys, it's pretty stock. Well, he's got intake, yeah. Clearly, he's got the Screaming Eagle deal matching on the old pipes there. And the little swept pipes, those are nice. I like that. I got some highway pegs on it and sissy bar. The basics you put on a Harley, right? And it's just clean, guys. So this little guy is the problem. If you can see it. This thing right here? Yeah. All sorts of rounded out from when we started working on it. So we got it open, got it to bleed, but she kept bleeding, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'll show you when we get you on the bench. But that's what we're doing now, guys. We're going to have to rebuild this caliper. And after that, should be all set to just get back on the road and keep enjoying it. I mean, just in time, Absolutely just in time for, winter, because it's mid-November. But knowing Buddy, I don't think that's going to stop him from riding every chance he gets. All right, so we got old Wade over here, and we got Buddy. He's the guy that showed you his bike before. And these guys, they got after it. That's what they do. I was setting this up nice and neat, and next you know, we broke it apart, which is fine, I say we, I mean we.
Me.
So we got it all ready to go here. So we're looking at, it was seeping, right? We put it, so I had the kid put the picture up earlier of why we think this is happening, courtesy of Buddy. And you see there's some corrosion in here. So when we try to just slide these pads out, which is pretty easy how they slide in and out, you can see this clip, and that's it. They wouldn't come out because it was kind of corroded in there. So we had to split this open. And we think this got broke the seal here, and you can see there's all fluid that seeped out down into there. And it was seeping out on the bike, so we couldn't get a good, we kept trying to bleed it, we couldn't get a good handle on it. So we bought this rebuild kit here. We got it offline because that's what you do. I think it was $35-40 as compared to...
It was 50.
It was 50? 50. Okay. Which was, oh, the other one was 135.
35 over at Harley.
Yeah, so J&P Cycles hooked us up. We're not sponsored, but if they want to, that'd be great. I wouldn't, but whatever. So we're gonna do this rebuild here. We're gonna pop this stuff apart, put new seals in it, put it back together, and we got to replace this bleeder because she's a little rounded, and we got a new one.
Thanks to a pair of vice grips that you used.
Well, I didn't have an option.
It worked.
It wasn't in great shape when we started, I swear. So they're gonna get after it. I already know that. So I guess we'll start doing work and stop talking. So just as I suspected, Wade already took everything apart. But there's just two little clips in there. They pop right out. Came out real easy, right?
Yeah.
See? There you go.
Simple.
And full disclosure, we already tried one of these to make sure it was gonna work, and it did. So now we're gonna try it on this one. Little air compressor and plug in a whole lot of holes. Seems to work out.
Ouch.
There we go.
Oh, that's why.
Got a lot more fluid in that one, huh?
Oh, yeah. There it goes.
Nailed it. Got him out of there. All right. Flawless handoff. Cleaned up. Because Ray's got the world's dirtiest rag to clean that up with, so that's good. And pop them out, replace the seals in there, and we'll be all right. As always, guys, there's a better video than mine.
Seals.
And I will link the one that I watched because it's actually a completely silent video. All the dude does is do work. Come absolutely 180 out from what we do around here. But I'll link that if you actually want to know the right way to do this kind of stuff.
Wow. So this one.
You want to like kind of in there a little bit?
Yeah. There. Maybe
That was a little cockeyed.
like that. Might have to grab it with some pliers.
Yes. There you go. Buddy's just fishing them out of there. All right.
Thought there was two sizes.
There's another.
There was.
Oh, there is.
There's another one up
See?
on top. The very top.
There's
of the
one
thing.
right
Oh,
there.
there she is. Yep.
Yeah, so there's still a tiny one in there. So there
Nice
she goes.
job.
You got her.
Yeah, there's not much to these small ones, is there?
No, they're pretty thin.
Pretty insignificant.
Okay, you got them both out, huh?
How did we get moved?
What you mean?
We did. I had it all set up nice over there. Oh, because the
Air compressor.
air compressor. Even though, I mean, not for nothing, there is definitely a reel on every wall of this shop. But it's fine. It's fine.
We didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't see it. That's.
Okay. You were off doing something.
I was doing things and stuff, dude. I don't remember what it was, but I promise you it was important. Buddy's got us transferred over here now.
All right.
So about ready to start the rebuild here, huh?
Like I said, probably ought to get like a cleaner rag than that.
Yeah. I'll put this down for a second while we do that.
Where'd you get this out, dude?
So we got it all cleaned up. We, wiped it down as much best we could, blew it out with air, make sure there's no moisture in there, any of that kind of stuff. Give it a little bit of, what do you call it, a little lubrication before we put the new seals in there. That's what they're working on right now.
Always want to lube her up.
It's It's all about that lube. That's what she said.
You could say that.
I whispered it. It's fine. The YouTube algorithm won't pick it up, and we'll be okay. None of my 7 viewers will be upset.
This isn't fun.
Pretty simple stuff here, guys. Just, put it back together as close as you can remember it came apart. That's about
Really?
that's how we do it around here. Oh, did we not mention that? I'm sorry, dude.
That happened.
It's,
And I forgot my glasses.
I was just thinking the same thing, trying to get this sucker back in there.
I do have readers around here somewhere from when Michael Needham doing that. I don't know where they're at though. Doing his fuel pump.
Just wanted to come back up.
Once I get in there, QA can look at it.
So I can see.
I'm almost done.
Got one. There we go. Success.
Here. QA it, buddy.
Ooh. I don't like to work when I'm on the clock, so workman's comp issue or something like that. We're all seated and sealed, ready for insertion.
Something's so wrong with you.
I didn't say it.
Say what?
Okay, I did. Lucky that one went in nice and easy.
That's all that's supposed to do, dude.
The one there? That's it, man. Because it's sealed. It sits like that.
Alright.
And there's no groove on the other side, so just that sticking out that little tiny bit.
This is your story.
And he's talking about that guy right there. That's where our leak was before. So when we put her together, we should be all right. Everybody's really concentrating. That's why it's so quiet.
Trying to make sure we don't overdo it and tear up the new O-rings.
Yeah, that's solid advice. It doesn't take much to overdo it.
Something you could have mentioned for your watchers. All 7 of them.
All 7. They're hey man, there's not a lot, but they're loyal. All right.
There.
Use an old 1-seater really good. That worked well.
Oh, that makes. There you go. It's a little installer's tip there. Use it's kind of like putting the brake pads on.
I have good ideas once in a
Push it
while.
out with the old one.
Not very often, but once in a
Hey.
while.
You don't want to do it all the time because then people expect it all the time.
Right.
Yeah, you got to keep them wanting more.
Beautiful.
She's ready to go back together. We got to put the clips in, and then she's ready to go back together.
That one needs to go down a little more. Looks like.
It won't matter. They,
I don't know if that
they
pop
come
on your
out.
shoulder did. So
It won't matter because they'll come out.
yeah, look at my little bit. That's fine.
Because they kind of how they're designed.
So this is. I picked the right job. I'll tell you that. This holding this camera is not bad.
Putting this together ain't too bad either.
We're all winning.
How come that one went in there just like slicker snot? There, just like that.
That one's ready to go too. So I think those are upside down.
Is it? I
Yeah,
didn't
'cause
look at
they-
the brakes, but that's easy fix.
Yeah, just slide them 180 out and we'll be all set there.
Right.
Let's see, we got the
Is
pads.
it? Let's double check for
Yeah,
you.
we got the pads over here. Because you want to make sure you keep your brake pads as far away from your caliper as possible. That's how we get down.
Are they 180 out?
Yeah, I believe so.
Chaz, why would you want to keep your brake pads completely away as possible so you don't get any
I don't think
fluid
they
on
are,
them?
dude. Didn't they go in there like this?
You know what? I think you might be right. I think you're both right, and I was wrong.
Oh, wait a minute. So then I got mine backwards now because I was
Well,
doing the opposite.
I don't know, because I'm listening to Chaz.
So, let's see here. Yeah, you're right.
I don't think I am, because it don't line up the hole.
Did you get? Well, that's the way. I think that's what it does. Then we did record earlier. Hey, that's a tech tip right there for you. If you're not making a video, you take stuff apart, take a picture, make a video of it, something like that for yourself.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many times I've gone back to see if I'm putting it back together right. Which I'm about to do that right now. So
Do that.
we're gonna pause and we'll let you know when we come back. And we're back. And they were 180 out. That's what Wade's over here. Just spin them around. Buddy's got his in correctly. And this will slide up and clip in.
Not so far. There we go.
That's it. So theoretically, if you're changing your pads and this caliper was all together, you could just reach in and slide that out, like push here and it comes out. That's how it's supposed to work. We kind of caused all this maintenance because we had to split it open because they weren't coming out, which is good because now they're both in right. And like, guys, look, she was due for a little rebuild there. And maybe Buddy will do just a little bit less off-roading. He thought he was on a YZ for a little while or something, I guess. I don't know. But she's ready to go back together. So we got everything back in there. Made sure everything's clean, no contaminants in there. Put her back together ever so gingerly. You don't want to just run her home either. You want to do it by hand. You know, don't get wild and put an impact on this thing. And, that's not the way to do it. No, you shouldn't.
Just pay for the cab.
And there it is.
So you went there.
See, when it's a little bit, there it is. See? So this way it seats nice. We get a good seal inside there.
Once we put it back on, we can do the torque.
Yeah, we'll do that. Run the torques on her, and like I said, we'll put it back on this way we get a good solid torque. We're not trying to muscle it on the bench or nothing like that. So we got the caliper mounted back on there. Nothing's torqued yet. We got old Wade over there looking torques up. And see, we purged the system. She's got a little gold to her. She's not supposed to be, so we you got what brake fluid, especially on these Harleys. Introduction of moisture, which we talked about before. You gotta be real careful with that. So it's a good idea we're doing this. Get all the air. Now we're gonna bleed it, but after we got all this not so nice fluid, I've seen worse, mainly on my motorcycles, but that's fine. So we'll clean her all up there. We'll get our torque everything down, bleed it. It'll be all right. All right, guys, I'm gonna catch you up to speed here. All right, it's been a little bit. So, old Wade looked up the torques. We got everything torqued to spec, perfect, right? Good to go. Then we started bleeding. That's when things didn't go so well, and I believe it's because we flushed the system. You saw the nasty fluid we took out. I mean, it wasn't terrible, like I said before, but so we got that all out of there, and then. In doing that, we introduced a shit ton of air. I mean, forget about it, So it took a while to get out of there. We bled this for a hot minute. And the good news is everything down there is holding, right? The seals that we put in, all that, the rebuild is perfect, right? No problems there. Where the problem lies is, well, the line coming from there up to the handlebars. Like I said, we flushed it. It was nothing but air in there. And now we're confused why there's air in the system. Right, that's on me. I should have anticipated this. So the traditional bleeding that you would do on a car, it doesn't really work out here, guys. And I'm going to show you why. So real quick, I'm going to show you something that everybody automatically knows. There's your brake caliper. There's your master cylinder, right? You guys ready for the thing everybody knows? Air rises to the highest point, which is why, your fluid comes in right down there, and there's your bleeder. It's the high part of the caliper. If you swap that, never get all the air out of there. Well, here's all the air up there. Pretty simple science, guys. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take this here syringe, and we're going to force fluid in, hopefully drawing all the air up, letting it come out. I've already taken some of the fluid out of here. Not all of it, right? Because you don't want to expose that little hole in there, because that's, that'll just let more air in. So I bled it down this way. I can force all that fluid in, not worry about it overflowing, because guys, .4 brake fluid, you don't want it in this region here, anywhere in the paint. It'll take it right off. So, actually, now I mentioned that, I'm going to keep that rag there and put another rag there just in case. And we'll get to work and see what happens. I don't think I'll be able to record the whole thing because I already need like 3 hands to do it. But we'll see how it turns out. Well, guys, that didn't exactly work. You see, it takes just all of the handle to, and I mean, it will stop the bike. Like I just tried pushing it here in the shop, and it stops it, but it takes all of it. So 60 mile an hour, that ain't gonna work. And I don't know why it's doing that. Everything down here, what we messed with, is legit. There's no leaks, no nothing. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. So I just got the phone with old Wade, and he's kind of the same place I am. Everything should have worked, right? It's frustrating. And it gets like this, and sometimes you got to just walk away. So I just hit up Buddy, told him what's going on, and we got the club Christmas party tonight, so I got to take off here and go to that. But this is going to be on my mind all night. So I'm sure that all the guys there, we can figure something out. So we'll be discussing it tonight, and old Wade's going to cruise by tomorrow, and we are going to get this thing figured out. And we will definitely let you know what's been going on, because I know I'm on the edge of my seat. So if we learn something new, we'll pass it along. If we just screwed something up, we're going to pass it along too. So stand by to stand by. So a couple days later, party was awesome. We had a great time, and we did discuss the Dyna. You guys know John. He's been on the channel a few times. He's a Dyna guy. He's got one that he's rebuilt the entire bike, and never had this problem, right? You guys know Nick. He's at the 55 Chevy. He's been on the channel a few times as well, and straight Dyna bro. Like, he's got 3 of them, I think, right now that he's building. He's built 2, or he's got it, and he's a certified actual motorcycle mechanic. So I'd like to think he knows what's going on, right? Actually, I know he does, right? So talked to him about this bike as well, and he said, well, there could be an air bubble, a couple different spots. And we've dealt with this before, actually, on a crotch rocket. A buddy of ours had one, and we were having to crack the lines all over to find the air bubble and get it out. I don't think there's an air bubble here. I really don't. I think that we got the wrong part as far as the bleeder valve. But to take that out of the mix, we got a check valve bleeder thing that Nick's got. He uses it on every one of his bikes, and brakes are rock solid. So that's what we're about to do here. I'll show you guys how that works, and well, we'll see if I'm right or if I'm not. I mean, there's a good chance I'm not, but I really don't think I am. All right, guys, there's the bleeding contraption. It's like a ProMotion is the name brand of it. Not sponsored, but I wouldn't blame them because I wouldn't sponsor me either. Anyways, yeah, it's set up. I already got the bleeder valve cracked, and looks like we got a little bit of fluid that was leaking out. That's why I think that bleeder's bad. But I got the reservoir full. Let's bleed it. We'll lock it up and see what happens. So I did get some air out up here. And you see it coming out down there. I will be cleaning it all off. Guys, this bleeder's got it. Why is it leaking out like that? Alright, I'm going to... There's no more air coming out. Oh, one little bubble. One little bubble. Another little bubble. Yeah. Man. I don't think I'm getting a good seal on that bleeder, guys. Alright, we're going to step in front of the camera. Lock this down. Try not to spill anything. Yeah, it is not. Okay. Alright. Now we got it. See how this works. In front of the camera again. Exactly the same. That bleeder's got to be bad. All right, guys, so I clearly screwed with this long enough and continued to fail. I tried putting a new bleeder valve in it. That didn't work. So I finally called over a professional, all right? And I'll turn you guys around and see what's up.
We'll let that.
So there's a professional. It's not old Wade.
No.
You guys know Nick. See him, he's got that 55 Chevy. He was on the channel a couple times, and he's got an array of Harleys. Who knows how many he has right now? I know he's got a Road Glide, about 17 or 18 Dynas, an FXR. But most importantly, he knows how to bleed brakes on a Dyna because I clearly do not. And what was the problem you were saying on the caliper?
Yeah, just pushing both pistons out at the same time. And
See.
these anti-vibration springs were holding up the brake pads.
See, these are all things that I didn't know anything about. I thought you just put it together and it works. Glad nobody didn't put it together wrong. Yeah, so I guess that's the trick, right? If you rebuild it and it don't work right, make sure all your pistons are coming out at the same time. If not, just keep jamming large objects in there until they do. It's not that simple, obviously. I'm definitely paraphrasing. But Nick saved the day, and we'll get Buddy his bike back. And that's it. Oh, wait, any words of wisdom on the way out here?
I have nothing.
Don't let Chaz work on your motorcycle? Sounds like a plan. There you have it, guys. Sometimes the simplest things, right? It started out as a simple thing. We were just doing oil change, pad slap, threw some plugs in it. Everything should have been easy. You never know what you're going to run into, right? So, because the bike might have been in some extreme type circumstances at some point in its life, the pads didn't want to come out. That's made us split open the caliper. That's what opened up the whole can of worms. Then we ended up rebuilding the caliper because it was rusty in there. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but we're like, we're here. Let's do it. We knocked that out, and then just you don't know what you don't know, yeah, right? I mean, so apparently, I should have, as we rebuilt that caliper, checked that before I put it on, make sure everything was coming out evenly. Apparently, one of those cups was hanging up. Wasn't getting fluid behind it. You got to kind of jimmy around, play with it. And I put on those anti-vibration clamps because they were on there when we took it apart. Nick said he personally doesn't run them at all. And because of the way they were kind of jammed in there, and then that other thing was, they were in there right, but it just wouldn't let things move to free it up. And we're fighting ourselves on that one. So luckily, Nick knew what he was doing. He was gracious enough to come by, hang out a little bit, take care of the bike, get Buddy back on the road, and taught me Wade a couple things along the way. So Nick, we appreciate you, brother. Always do. And Hey, I know somebody's going to ask in the comments, what's up with that 55? He's actually working on OBS right now too, which I get it because I love those trucks. But this isn't a truck or a 55 video, so let's talk about this Dyna. It's ready to get back on the road. I know Buddy's itching to get out there. Maybe not with this weather we're having right now, as you probably hear in the background. But till next time, guys, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell a friend, and as always, thanks for watching.